Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades, and let's get right into it. Right now we can see that Bitcoin had a basically flattish day. We did not do much. Let me get on that daily time frame. There we go. So we got a nice little bounce after retesting that $30,000 psychological level, and we ended up holding it as support. Right now you can see that we are getting a little bit of consolidation. You might even say that this is a bull flag forming, and this very well could be the case. And now, if Bitcoin does start to pump towards the upside, you are going to get a little bit of resistance right around 32,500 to 32,900 or 33,000. I believe that is going to be an area of resistance from this pivot high and these pivot lows right here. So just be careful if you're getting into some longs around this area. In my opinion, that would be a take profit area or even a short area for Bitcoin. So right now, if you're looking to get a long, this would not be the worst idea if you're trying to get into a small long position on Bitcoin. However, we are going to get into some analysis on the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and natural gas in just a few moments. Let's just finish up by taking a look at that daily time frame on Bitcoin, and we can see that we actually have an 18 and a -3 on the dual band strength index. So again, we are looking for a wave 5 top right now. I believe that's going to be coming around potentially 32 to 35,000. So we'll have to see where we top out on this move up. Right now, we can see on that wave 4, we are starting to get a nice little bounce from these EMA ribbons starting to curl up here. I believe we are going to get a nice little bounce tomorrow, and we could potentially rally up as high as 32,300, like I said in my just a few minutes ago. And after that, I want to take a look at wave edge. And again, no topping signal yet on wave edge. Everything looks pretty good for the time being. We got a little bit of selling happening on that 4-hour time frame, and Bitcoin did drop a tiny little bit back down to 30,000, but not too much damage done so far. If it does drop back down, you are going to find a little bit of support right around that $28,800 area. And again, that would be another great long position or a long setup. And again, I'll be posting my trades inside the Discord and talking about winning trades. Let's get right into it, and I'll talk about some of those amazing trades that we took today. And again, this was a short on Bitcoin, a 41.61% win today, and another one on a 59.14% gain on Ethereum. So congratulations to all the Discord members inside the Discord. Actually, the gold members inside the Discord. You guys are paying members. You guys are getting some amazing trade setups and banging those trades out. All right, let's move on here and let's take a look at the S&P 500, because the S&P 500 got a bit of a pullback today. Again, we've been going down for pretty much since last Friday, and we've just been dropping ever since. And now we're at 4,300 essentially on the S&P 500. Now, I technically still do see a little bit of downside coming for the SPY and the Qs as well. So the Qs is the NASDAQ, and the SPY is the S&P 500. So looking at the SPY, I still think we are going to get a little bit more downside. We need to pull back a good amount before continuing up, right? All healthy bull trends do this. And right now we are in a bit of a bull trend. So if we do see a nice pullback, that would be very healthy, and it's going to be a buying opportunity because we have very, very low volume. We are not seeing any, commitment from the sellers right now. It's just a little bit of profit taking and rebalancing at the end of the month. So you might see a drop to maybe as low as 44.20, but you do have a gap fill right here, right around the 421 area. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come down here and hit this as support, but temporary, some short-term support would be right here, right around 429. Let's take a look at the Qs here. And again, the Qs did run into some big resistance as well, and we got rejected from there. And I think the NASDAQ and the Qs, all tech stock is extremely, long in the tooth, overbought, really extended. I think it needs a really good correction here. But again, we are in a very big bull trend, so I wouldn't be surprised if we, drop down to even as low as 330, and then from there get a very big bounce back up, and maybe even go back to the all-time highs. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like this. Again, we're in a very strong uptrend at the moment, and again, right now the trend is our friend, I am accumulating short positions because I do believe eventually this delusion, this euphoria will come to an end. And once the market realizes that, that is going to correct very quickly towards the downside. But for the time being, we're going to be looking to buy some dips on some of these tech names and potentially maybe on some small caps, because the Russell 2000 is lagging just a little bit right now. And you can see that we are holding that 200-day moving average as support. And if we retest it tomorrow again and we bounce back up, then I'm going to be looking for a potential long position on the Russell 2000 as well. Again, I remain long-term bearish in the markets as economic conditions will start to deteriorate. But for the time being, the market wants to go up, and what you can't fight the market. The market will do what it wants to do. Right now, looking at natural gas, again, an amazing trades going on in the Discord. We bagged over $3,000 in gains today, longing natural gas, and taking a look at this chart at the moment, we are going to get some resistance coming around that $3 mark. It's very possible that we start to float up, right? And then tag this level right here as major resistance, and then after that we could get a significant pullback, right? So right now you can see this pivot low, pivot high, and I wouldn't be surprised if we start to float up to this level, forming maybe some bearish divergence. We are already forming bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame, as you guys can probably tell. We made a high here and then a higher high, but a lower high on the RSI. But again, divergences are only the beginning. They are not a topping signal. They are a factor. So again, divergences can play out for a very long time, and until then, the trend is your friend. Right now, we are in a bit of a bullish trend in natural gas, and I would see major resistance starting right around $3. And again, we're not so far away from that. We're just about let's take a look here, about 8% from this level here. So again, an 8% move would not be too crazy, and I would really like to see that, because we are in some long positions still on natural gas. All right, but long term, nat gas is definitely going higher. There is a commodity cycle starting, and we'll have to see how this one plays out. But for the time being, looking really good. All right, let's take a look at the dollar here quickly. And again, the dollar is not looking too good at the moment. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. The dollar is looking pretty weak right now. We did get rejected here. It was looking strong with some bullish consolidation, but after it dropped down here and it broke all these moving averages, we very well could be starting to move towards the downside. And we actually saw the 2-year yield drop a little at the moment. So again, if the 2-year yield starts to drop significantly, maybe the markets will rally up way more, because they're going to be going crazy on the idea of a soft landing, lower rates, good employment levels. But the reality is unemployment is rising up significantly in the background, but no one's really paying attention to that right now until they do. So we'll play along with the fact that the dollar may go lower. And if that's the case, then you are going to see gold go up significantly higher, and the same goes for silver. And silver right now, you actually got a bit of a nice little bullish divergence. You made a low here and a lower low, but you made a higher low on the RSI. So this could be the low for silver, but I think that we might get another buying opportunity. If it could get down just a little bit more in this green resistance box, I would really like to see that, and I would take a long position on silver. Okay, again, I already have a lot of bullion and gold bars, but we'll go from there. All right, that's pretty much it that I want to cover today. I still think we have a little bit more upside left in Bitcoin before we correct back down. I know a lot of people are getting really bullish on Bitcoin and starting to think about the $44,000 targets and stuff like that. But again, we have to get through a lot of levels and a lot of resistance before we get to the 40Ks, right? We got to get through the 30Ks first. And right now we're just at the front door of the 30K levels, right? We're at the 30,000. We're at 30,500 at the moment. So don't go too crazy thinking that this is going to be a sure thing and we're just going to rally to new all-time highs. Usually when that starts to happen and you hear new all-time high, rumors, that's usually when you're nearing the top of a move. Okay. All right. So for the time being, I remain long-term bearish in the markets, but in the short term, it's still looking very bullish. Okay. All right. I think that covers it for tonight. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Love you all. Peace.